Hey guys, it's Icurus here.
And Amelia.
And I'm here to tell you if you'd like to join our brand new adventure. Go to DevonTaylorAuthor.com to learn more.
And check out the cool items like the new bucket hat.
Yeah, and so much more. See you guys there.
Hello all, and welcome to another episode of the Devon Taylor podcast. Today's guest is someone that is very near and dear to my heart, someone that has practically known me my entire life, someone that is just always giving me their honest opinion, and truly one that I respect. Not only is our guest a talented artist who has showcased her designs on Etsy, she has also become an amazing YouTuber who has amassed over 3,000 views on her videos ranging from music video reviews to beauty tips to even funny parodies that she uploads almost weekly. On top of her creative talent, she is an audio operator for Spectrum News and lends her talents weekly to the news station while providing a stable home with her loving husband, Eddie. She is a hardworking, loving, and compassionate soul being on this planet, and she is destined to do such great things. I'm so grateful to have such a gifted guest on my show. Today, I welcome my sister, Jessica. I hope you guys enjoy the episode today. And if you guys are looking for any discounts, we do have buy two, get one free in the Devon Taylor store starting today. Alrighty? Enjoy the episode, guys. Welcome to a brand new experience with innovative voices from all over the world. I would like to invite you all to something that is magical, something that is powerful, and something that is from my heart. This is the Devon Taylor Podcast. And welcome to another episode of the Devon Taylor Podcast. As you heard from the intro, I am here with my sister. Hi, Jessica. How are you today?
I am good. I'm like a toddler sometimes. I'm so tired. And then I laid down, went down a TikTok rabbit hole, ate some cookies, and I'm like, I'm good now. Yeah.
I feel like that's my daily, and I'm trying to break out of the TikTok part.
Especially because they might not be here. Like,
right. I mean, we might be forced to get out of the TikTok everyday trend, according to our government and what's been decided with, I guess, banning TikTok. I don't know how much
crazy.
That kind of hurts my heart.
Yeah.
I was just about to say too, because I feel like TikTok is the only place where
Not that a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, where you get news that you can trust because it's community based. I don't know
Did you know that there's literally there's so you know how in SpongeBob there's that news anchor that's a fish?
Mm-hmm.
There's an account on TikTok who's telling you real news as the fish in the voice.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
that's the funny part about TikTok. It can be real wild and crazy.
Yeah, like our feeds are probably very different, but
the
Talking Fish was like, oh, okay, he's talking real things. It's not parody at all. It's just his voice. Today in Gaza, like it's real.
That's so crazy, and it's real news. Wow.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it, but I definitely am gonna look up that before they take TikTok away.
Yeah, which I don't know. Do you think it's actually gonna happen? Because wasn't this threatened before? And it's like all they really want is someone else to buy it. They don't want China to have it, which is very weird.
They want someone else to buy it so that they can control it, and that someone else, they mean America, not the Chinese government. And I don't think the Chinese government is going to relinquish control over their billion-dollar app that's making money and bringing money in from all other countries besides America that are going to continue to use TikTok, even if it gets banned in America. So.
Hopefully, I don't get us caught up. But here's what I was thinking. You know how you can use a VPN to use Netflix, but the German version, like the Netflix from Germany or the Netflix from. What if people do that with TikTok?
So we're gonna start using the Chinese version of TikTok
Yes.
and get. I'm all for actually getting to see the TikTok side that Chinese people get to see, because I would be interested to know what their day to day is. I
Yeah.
think they get like a more, like, how do you say it, like educational driven TikTok
Mhm.
cater to them and their people. I'd like to learn some stuff. Why not?
I was thinking more so like fashion, but yeah, educational. Yeah, that too.
I take it. We can learn from TikTok. Well, I mean, that's what we're doing already. I
Yeah.
mean, that news person that's pretending to be the SpongeBob character is still giving the news. And
Yeah.
really, what's even crazy is just how accurate it is.
Mhm.
It's what used to be so cliche and so
Corny.
corny, or
Now it's like
even
now it's everything.
conspiracy. It's
Yeah.
starting to be true. Which leads me into something that I found, and we were just kind of talking before we got on, and I thought it was an interesting article about P. Diddy and everything that's going on with his situation.
Hmm.
I don't know how much you know.
I don't know anything. What did he
Oh
do?
my gosh. Okay, so basically, P. Diddy is in a lot of trouble. He's been, I don't know if you remember Cassie, but Cassie was
Yes.
one of the R&B singers. He was helping out and trying to basically help her get like a reputation or like a career.
Hmm.
And Cassie just recently came out accusing Diddy of a bunch of different things. Let's just say, I don't want to say the words because I don't want to get censored in any way.
So like
But R
SA or
word,
anything?
she was SA'd,
Oh.
she was sex trafficked, she was drugged.
Mm.
Um, all the years she was with him, she was beaten, just multiple times, and it was as if he was kind of
Pimping
like,
her?
yeah, like pimping her, like manipulating her in a way to use her for whatever
Mm.
needs he wanted to use her for. And so, with that coming out, because she recently came out about that, and he settled literally like next day with her. So that just kind of like, whoop, everyone's eyes widened when they saw that, because he was.
Yeah, because if you settle, then it's like admitting, like, yeah, that was true. Let me just pay you to not trip about it.
Mhm. So recently, well, I think it was like the update that I have is from March 26th. So recently, his homes were raided, and what was found in his Los Angeles home, and I think he has a home in like Miami or something like that, was that there was an underwater tunnel and more, is what the article alludes to.
Hmm.
And it goes in, and I'm going to leave the article for everyone to read if they want to check it out, but it just kind of alludes to like him having this fabulous home and, so many amenities, but just the mention of an underwater tunnel.
It
And
just sounds like he's trying to have a quick escape, like an escape or something.
well, he left. News came out that he recently left America at the same time that they were doing these raids, because he wasn't found at either home.
What are they raiding for?
Because he's in connection with a lot of sex trafficking allegations.
Oh.
Let's just say that. And so a lot of this is me getting my loophole out, but a lot of the things that are tied to Jeffrey Epstein and Maxine, I can't say her last, or I don't, Gazelle or whatever, however the hell you say her last name,
Hmm.
those connections, and she's in jail right now, remember, and she was supposed to be kind of like an informant and kind of releasing information.
Hmm.
Now that what's being said is that the information is being released by her, but they're doing it in a way where she can still be protected and they can still get all of the people that are involved.
Hmm.
And P. Diddy is a big culprit of one of them. So, anywho, I don't want to go down the P. Diddy thing, and I know
The
we're
P Diddy thing.
real deep into this because it's crazy how everything is just coming out in the world, and we're all having to like kind of process it real time. And I've always had a bad feeling about P. Diddy. So now seeing this come to fruition is almost like,
What made you have a bad feeling about him?
I don't know. I've always just felt like he was a phony, or like there was something like not genuine about him, but I couldn't put my foot on it. And when we were younger, like I would watch, I don't know if you ever remember me watching, but I would watch like Making the Band. And that was like that P. Diddy show where he would like create pop stars, and he like created the group Danny DeCane.
Yep, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
But
used
something
to
about it wasn't rubbing the right way for you.
he just wasn't a cool person. He just wasn't. He just made them do things that were like, you're like, you only make people do things like this if you're not a good person. Like walking across New York State just to get a cheesecake for him. Like,
Oh yeah,
I'll never forget that.
he was treating these people really bad.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it's for you to be a band. Like, are you really going to be a band if you don't give me a cheesecake across the state? Like, how does
Right.
it make sense? Make it make sense.
The ultimate gaslighter. Like, so it's all coming out now. It's all fitting. It all feels like it's happening at the right time. So more will come out, and I'll be sure to talk more about it if I see anything. But yeah, keep your eyes open. But
I'm gonna wait for the Netflix special for that.
For real, have you ever heard of the YouTuber Lovely T?
No.
She's really good about like her deep dives and like finding out information about people like P. Diddy. And you have to subscribe to her channel. I'm not a subscriber, so I don't get to see the deep dives. But like from what I've seen on the surface level of what she does really good work, and she's pretty detailed about like the information she gets. So that's one person to check out if you guys are interested. Lovely T. But I was going to say, because I want to get back to you. So I did that lovely introduction with everything that you do and who you are as a person.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, or what do you feel can help you connect with anybody that is listening to the podcast right now on any level?
See, that's really hard for me because I don't really my love for music. I don't know. That's very broad. I'm very much like I might be an NPC. There's nothing special going on here.
Well, there's always something special with I mean, it's the way you look at it in life and the way that we feel. But I feel like there's always something special about everyone. And so even with you saying that, because I was like instantly drawn to the idea of what you've done with your YouTube channel and how you've created such your own lane, I guess you can say. And I guess so you love music, but what inspired you to finally say like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a YouTube channel, and this is what it's going to be about.
Honestly, like and it's still there. And I think you saw it too. My first video was when I was in college, and everybody was like really upset because at the time, president nominee Donald Trump was, he was nominated, he was running, and people were very upset about that. And for some reason, I was like, I had to do something. I gotta like give them a distraction, give them something to be happy about. And it's a little embarrassing, but basically in the video, I was like, here are the 5 things to look forward to, regardless of who's nominated. Like, and I don't even know if it's that I was trying to give like a distraction, but more so like, let's pivot our attention to something else because we're not happy about who's trying to be in office. Mind you, this is before he even got into office, but I was like, hey, here's some things to look forward to instead. And I just kept making them. I kept making videos, and I pivoted a lot. I did comedy skits because I was like, I have random humor that just comes up out of nowhere. Like I'm doing dishes or I'm driving, and then I think of something, and then I feel like with any creative thought, it's best to try to get it out as soon as possible because then it'll just go away and you'll forget. And a lot of the times, I feel like people are like, oh, they see a video, a movie, a TV show, and they're like, I thought of that first. It's like, no, I mean, you did, but you didn't do anything about it because it's just like I know that we all, like in a sense, are a collective, and we think the same things. We have the same ideas. That's why there's so many makeup brands, so many fashion brands. We're all doing the same thing. but it's about the execution. So that's why like I just kept creating videos, even if someone else has already done it. Because I'm like they've done it, but they haven't done it like me.
Absolutely.
And I don't post as much because I think I had to take a step back because it's like after a while I was attaching my self-worth to my creations. And so it's like if I'm not posting at the time, it was like if I'm not posting every Friday, if I'm not putting out 5 shorts a week, if I'm not doing this and that and this and still being a wife at home, still going to work, Monday through Friday, then I don't even deserve to take a nap. So I had to like take a step back and be like, I'll just create when I feel like it. And when the spark is here, I'll put something out, but otherwise I'm not attaching my worth to the numbers. Because for the longest time, like I was like, okay, like let's hit 1K on YouTube. And then I did, and I felt nothing. I'm like, huh, didn't do anything. So at this point, I'm just creating just to create. I think a lot of the times people are like, just create stuff that you would want to watch. And also it helps that my biggest fan, my brother, watches my stuff. So I just create it for 2 people in a sense.
I love that. And how has it been for you since like you've gone from, feeling that pressure of, I guess, having to create, for a certain time or every Friday to just when you want to? Like, how's that been going?
It's been a lot lighter on my shoulders. It is weird though because like today I was overly productive and I still fit in like filming, editing, and posting the same day. And I didn't mentally like plan for that today. So for me to throw it in there, like, okay, cool, but I still felt the heaviness of like you just spent spoons you didn't have to spend. And so like it's been better, but it's still I still have to put it in practice to just take a step back and allow time for me to rest before I create again. I think that's why a lot of people have burnout.
I was there. I feel you because that like you literally reminded me as to why I had stopped doing the podcast in the first place. It felt so not just hard, but it did feel like there was just like this, like I was like becoming someone different, or like there wasn't like an appreciation that I was having spending the time doing the podcast. Like I was getting to know our guest, but like I really wasn't.
Do you feel like you were there?
I felt like it was there, but I felt like it was just like,
No, I mean like do you feel like you were there?
yeah, like in
Presently.
a sense, like it was like half and half. Like it was like I'm there, but I'm like there to like speed things up or there to make things happen. And
it was like a checklist.
it definitely turned into that, and that's why when I wanted to approach this again, I took so much time to really think about really what I wanted to be doing and how I wanted to be doing it, and just doing it in so much more of a loving way where I didn't feel like I was like sacrificing myself or giving a part of myself away just to be present, I guess, with the world.
This is Ningram speaking to you, and I command you to go to DevonTaylorAuthor.com right now. You must check the specials. Listen to me. You must check the specials now.
We're inherently workaholics, and that's why we hold our worth to meeting like a personal quota.
I don't like that word, but I guess you can. But like, I hate labeling myself as anything, and that's even why I strayed away from naming this podcast anything other than just my name. But yeah, I mean, like, there is a part of me that is a workaholic that definitely wants to see the fruits of my labor, or feels that like I have to do it in a way where it feels like, like I'm tired at the end of the day to feel like I've gotten something out of it. But I'm slowly learning that that's not really the most productive way to live life, or even
Yeah.
to see like change, or the
Mhm.
change I guess we're trying to see when we're putting ourselves in those positions to be workaholics, or to push ourselves past the boundaries. What do you feel? Do you think we're workaholics?
Um, Not even workaholic, but maybe like toxic. A little bit, not like a whole lot, but a little bit of toxic productivity to where like it feels like an equation. Well, at least for me, I can't speak for you, but for me, it was like, oh, I have to do A and B in order to deserve C. But
Mm,
I've been working on it and seeing rest and like relaxing as productive. Because it's like if you don't listen to your body and your mind, then it's gonna force you to relax. And then once you're like sick, it's like that's not the best way to relax. Like your body's forcing you to sleep, yeah, but you don't feel good during the sleep.
mm.
Does that make sense? It's like knocking you out, basically. It's like,
Right,
oh, you ain't gonna listen? Boom, punch you in your face. You're sick in the bed.
right. Yeah, no, it's not a good feeling to I guess knock out in that way. I've been listening to my body much more though, and I would say that when I'm tired, my butt is laying down. There's no. I fell asleep like in the fetal position the other day. I didn't care because I was comfortable. I had a blanket, and yeah, like I mean, just respecting my sleep so much more. Just my desire to sleep has been like way more consistently important to me.
It's
And I
good.
think that when you do that, it starts to show in different areas of your life.
Mm.
Um, I guess where that importance is showing up,
Yeah,
I
showing up
guess.
for herself.
What do you feel with everything that you've accomplished and everything that you've done so far?
Hmm.
Do you feel like you have accomplished like your overall goal in life, or do you feel like you're still on your path to
I
doing?
I feel like I'm still on my path. Um, Work wise, I feel like I don't even set up goals for work. It was just more so like, oh, I want to train on this. I want to be promoted. Okay, like it feels like it was like a game of life. Like I just kept following the board, and now I'm like, all right, well, we'll see where we'll go with this. But with YouTube, I haven't set a goal. My goals really are like outside of work and YouTube. It's more so like travel more, visit family more, pay off all our cars and not have a car note. For an overall goal, I'm not really sure. Like currently, I am doing a zine because I've interviewed Grandpa and I recorded him. It was like 30 minutes. Right now, I'm transcribing right now. I'm at 22 out of 30 minutes, and I asked him like what his purpose was. 'Cause I'm like, hey, a lot of people struggle. What what do you think your purpose is? And he was like, to be an educator and a soldier. And I did that. I'm like, oh, well. He said it's so like plain and easy and short. And I was like, oh well, that can be purpose. Um,
What did you feel when he gave you that answer? Was that like sufficient enough?
yeah, but then at the same time, I do feel like maybe as a collective, we were like waiting for the answer to a purpose. But when we hear it, we're like, it's not bigger than that. Like, I feel like we're waiting for a bigger answer, like a deeper answer.
Yeah.
But I
I
think it's
no, I
all what you make
totally,
it.
and I hope like even with the word I use sufficient, I'm meaning like was that like the answer you were expecting? Like because even when you said
I
it's
didn't know what to expect.
mm,
Because the question I had asked him was basically like for everybody, like how do you find a purpose? But instead he told me what his was, and I was like, oh, okay. Like I didn't double back on the question. I was just like, well, that's the way you want to answer, and that's fine.
and he said to be a
Um,
soldier and to be what else?
an educator,
An educator, and
hmm
because he was like a
a
principal,
principal, yeah.
he accomplished his goal. He was an
Yeah.
educator, and he was, oh, well, I guess, I mean, but like, I guess in the most simplest terms, if you're thinking about like an occupation, he was that. Do So then, like for us, like, because I've always thought, like, as siblings,
We
when
were
we
always like, what do we want to be when we grow up?
yeah, well, even bigger of a question, like, what is it that we think about is the ultimate goal for us as a human being to achieve in this world? Like, I've always thought that. So what I'm
You're a
hearing,
lot deeper than me. I was just like, I want to be a vet.
I remember that. I remember you always saying, "I want to be a vet. I want to be a vet."
It
And
changed every week. I want to be a vet. I want to be an actor. I want to be a model. I want to be a soldier. It changed.
why
It
did you?
changed.
Why do you think it changed so much?
Um, I don't know why. We would have to ask the younger Jessica, but like, I think I probably didn't want to be a vet because I'm not good with blood.
Mm,
So maybe that was out. And then with
yeah,
modeling,
that.
um, I tried a few times and they were not hiring me. And I was just like, I can't do this. This is like heartbreak every time. No, thank you. Like I do think my chances are better now because I have a unique look and I have locks and I've grown into my head more. But like I don't want to start programming my brain to register my worth attached to my looks. So it's gonna fade anyways. So it's gonna change. It's gonna modify. But it probably changed all the like I want to be this, this, and that. It probably changed because I got bored, or I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. I changed my mind.
Mm,
And I think that's why now, like I plan things a year in advance. So like last year, I know that this year's birthday is going to be a bonfire. I know that this year's Halloween costume is going to be Scar. Like I have to plan ahead so that if I end up changing my mind and then changing again, I just go back to the first thing. But when it comes to occupation, like currently, I'm kind of doing what I want to do, but also like I don't feel like I take work as serious as everyone else.
mm,
If that makes sense. Like I'm seeing life as a game and that's just like kind of a side quest to me. It's necessary in order to buy things and to eat and all that, but my
mhm.
main quest is just doing whatever I feel like. Like
Yeah.
what's that show? Bam Margera? What was his last name from Jackass?
Mhm.
Remember his show? Like,
I remember it, but I didn't really watch it.
oh,
I know
I
what you're
did.
talking about, though.
So in the intro, like he's all skating and stuff, and the announcer goes, "What will he do next?" And he's like, "Whatever the f I want." And I'm just like, "Yes, yes."
That's the energy. I love that. Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at. Shit. I mean, I'm doing the podcast. I've written books. I've spoken. I'm still working at Sunlight. Like, I'm going to be coaching again.
Oh wow.
Bless. Pray for me. Yeah, I mean, but we have, in order to find ourselves, we have to put ourselves out there and kind of figure it all out. But I did want to ask you something because there was something that you said that was interesting, and I just wanted to touch on that before we move forward any further.
Mhm.
Have you ever done inner child work
I don't know.
where,
How
like,
would I
you've
know?
had someone facilitate, like a therapist or someone, literally have you close your eyes and imagine or find that younger self and like
Mhm.
talk to that younger self and like facilitate that with you to like resolve whatever that issue was from your younger self?
I haven't done that before.
I've done it a few times, and I just want to throw it out there because it was really interesting that you said something about it, and you just said it yourself, you never experienced that.
Mhm.
And my experience with it, I've done it a few times with the therapist that I have, even the therapist I know. I think she would facilitate. Actually, she's facilitated an inner child session with me. I
Mhm.
highly suggest it because it can help. It's basically helping bridge different versions of you that get lost through childhood and trauma that we go through, and bringing yourself back to these whole pieces can kind of unlock exactly what I think we're looking for. This not necessarily an occupation, but like that. I don't give a fuck what I'm doing today, but this is what I want to do type of life. So just throwing it out there, I thought that was really interesting that you said that, and that you had never done it before.
No, I haven't.
That's really interesting. And and they say that those things, when that happens, those things are calling to us. I don't know if you know what ayahuasca is.
Oh, I think the iOS, I'm like the Apple operating system.
Ayahuasca, it's like that healing medicine thing that people are crazy, that people are talking about now. I don't know if you've ever heard about it.
Yeah.
Well, JC says that ayahuasca is always calling to me. So I thought of that when you said that, because they say when you speak of something and you know nothing of it, it means that it's calling to you. So you have a calling, girl. Something's
a brewing.
is calling you. You gotta go through it. But I did want to, I know that I don't know how much time I have with you, but I did want to do something that I felt would be really special for us. And we don't have to necessarily go through the entire list, but I love to bridge the gap, kind of find reasons as to why I was called to have this episode with my sister. And
because she asked you when you were on the Good Search, and he was like, and you were like, "Well, what are you going to talk about?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Well, no, I always wanted you to be what's it called? A guest. I want my entire family to be a guest, and I would love to do this with them like I am with you, or even have you on more than once, as much as you want to. Shit, I mean, this is an open space, and I think people are going to resonate with your voice. And so I found an article that was done in 2020, I believe, by the Huffington Post. It was a sibling article, and it was questions. It was 35 interesting questions you never thought to ask your sibling, but should. And I sent the list to Jessica so she could look through it before we got, all teary-eyed and probably brought up some childhood traumas. But I thought it would be really cool for us to go through and pick maybe a few of the questions and just ask each other the questions. And then if we have time, for anything else, we can, bridge that gap then. But I think that would be really fun for us to do, and really fun for the listeners to hear, in case they want to take this and do this with their sibling and learn more about their sibling as well.
Do you want to open it on my phone?
Yeah. And then what's it called? I can ask the first question if you want, and then you can take your time, look through the list, no rush at all, and then find a question that you want to ask me. And then, like I said, we'll just flip flop for a few, and then get on out of here. So
I've seen this list. I'm scared to which one you're gonna ask.
Well, I already have, this one to me was a really good one. So I'm going to ask this one because I feel like any and all of, if you have siblings, these are the type of questions you should be asking your siblings, because these help bring you closer.
Okay, what's the question?
So the first question I wanted to ask is the number one question, actually.
Oh.
What would you change, if anything, about our experience growing up?
I don't know if we can change it.
Well, if you could.
Our brother passing?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I was like, is he really gonna ask that one?
Well, it does. I mean, yeah, that's true. I would change that too. What do you think? I love that. Then let's elaborate on that. Then, what do you think, if that would have changed? What would have changed in the family dynamic?
I think I would hope we would all be close. I don't know. Like, I feel like we're close, but like, because of that, we're close. Prior to it, I don't remember if we were close. I assume we were, because we were all under the same roof. But I feel like the timeline to where like our brother's still alive, you're probably still gonna live in Riverside County. Like I think you and mom were still destined to live in Riverside County, but it's just different because he is the one that's helping you guys get houses. Because he had gotten his in Baltimore or Temecula. I don't know what's the
Yeah.
difference. Is that two different towns or the same
That's
town?
literally right near us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really the only thing that would change. If not that, thinking. Oh. The fact I don't think I had control over it, but if I could go back, I would remove the rubber band from Sassy's tail.
Oh.
Cause
Yeah,
that I didn't do. But like I was I'm not even a witness. Was I an accessory or witness? Neither. But
I
but
remember
just
that. That was
yeah.
yeah.
Our dogs have gone through a lot. I think that's why now I have a cat. But
Right.
like all the dogs of our family have gone through something, whether fed hot sauce, whether fighting with another dog, whether tail getting almost like cut off. Like,
Right.
what would you change?
There's one thing that I could change about our childhood. Yeah, it would probably be the same thing, that him passing, because I mean, it would be us splitting up that year. Because I want to say you and mom moved out into his home for a whole
Yeah.
year.
Me, mom, Kaya. I feel like
Kaya.
Gerald moved out there too.
Yeah, I think Daryl did, and I think me and Travis stayed at your
Yeah.
dad's.
Yeah. We had split up.
Yeah, which was crazy because that was like living without my family for a whole year. Because yeah, that was a whole year. You were there for a whole school year.
Yeah.
So that was just a little weird for me.
And then I came back dumb.
Came back dumb, no.
Well, no, because it's like I left. It was 4th grade. Came back. It was 5th grade. I was behind. They weren't teaching me well there in whatever. I think it was like Donald Elementary School, Donald
Yeah.
Graham Elementary School.
It was
I came back to Cleveland, and yeah, like my math skills went down.
Yeah.
So
That's, I mean, you have to think about that too. You guys that's when it was like nothing but like dirt roads and homes. And
yeah, it
then
wasn't
like
developed yet.
a school here and there.
Mhm.
And it was, yeah.
It was like freeways. You had to take a freeway to get groceries, basically.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I don't know how, I mean, obviously it was affordable and that's why he moved out this way, but yeah, it was, I didn't like it. Yeah, so that's what I would change.
So, what's your favorite memory of us in our childhood?
My
That's the question, right?
favorite,
Yeah. What's your favorite childhood memory of us? Yeah.
my favorite childhood memory has to be the cruise we went on.
Oh yeah.
Till this day, I still think about everything that I experienced on that cruise as a kid and eating a bunch of
Random buffet food.
buffet food. I remember us having to go into that nice dining hall every night for dinner. I loved that experience. It was just such a, how do you even describe it? It just felt really regal and like rich to
Yeah.
have that experience as a kid. So I want to experience that with the children now so that they have that experience and they can talk about it forever. So I would highly suggest that for any parents.
Oh yeah. What is the word that comes to mind for me when I think of the cruise is like, you said this word to me before and I don't hear it often enough to like fully understand it, but like upper echelon?
Upper
Like,
echelon.
is that the word?
Mm-hmm.
The upper echelon experience of going on a cruise.
That was,
That was fun. Do
I'll
you
never-
remember us playing Ding Dong Ditch to your room? Like we would mess with you.
I remember y'all doing something crazy.
Yeah, we we thought it was the funniest thing ever. Let's go knock on his door and then run
And on a ship.
on a ship.
Yeah.
Like he can't figure out who would do that.
I remember that. Yeah, you guys were really terrorizing me during my vacay. It was, yeah, that was probably one of the most fun experiences I've ever had in my life. What about you?
Favorite memory?
Yeah.
Let me think. I really enjoyed you being my one of my groomsmen.
Mm.
And it's funny that like I didn't expect the photographer to get all you guys to pick up Eddie for a picture. I was like, oh. And at the time he was a little chubbier, and I was like, oh, yeah, we're doing this.
We're all strong. That was
It was really
nice.
nice, and it helped that you had come through for me because our other brother didn't, and that sucked. I'll forever have that memory.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a beautiful day, though, and I loved how you guys chose to. For anyone that doesn't know, my sister decided to get married on the beach in Long Beach, and it was such a smart and beautiful idea because all of the pictures turned out beautiful. Everyone could make it. We had a bunch of like older relatives come in and fly in for the wedding, and even the venue after was like not too far away. It was big, huge. Like it was just really nice. I loved it. I thought that was such a good idea. Um,
Also,
I'm,
like, so I chose April for the month of the wedding because our dating anniversary is April 2nd. And then I chose the number 14 because his birthday is Valentine's Day. So I was
oh
like, okay,
wow,
14 is a good number. And then I chose a beach in Long Beach because, like, we, like, dated in Long Beach.
wow.
Um, so I was like,
Oh,
all the meanings.
all of the synchronicities. I love that. Ooh.
And if anybody wants to get married on the beach, it's not that expensive. Like the permit,
Oh, you
I
had
think
to
it's
have
like
a
80.
permit? I thought you
Yeah,
were just out there.
you have to have a permit to gather like a certain amount of people. Like if it's a bonfire, you're fine, but if it's like you're expecting like 100, maybe 50 people, like you need permission to gather that much.
Oh
Or
wow.
else it's like I don't even know why. It's like can't we just exist? But I guess
Period.
you're telling the city, I'm going to be here. I'm not on any sus stuff like so.
That's
I
good to
don't
know. I had
yeah.
no idea. I'm just like, hey, we're here. Wow, good to know. See, you learn things as you go through and revisit like these old memories,
Mhm.
details I had no idea about.
I'm sure the permit's more expensive now, but because inflation. But I'm sure it's not the worst compared to like destination weddings.
Hmm. No, I like that. And you know what's funny is that because you just said destination wedding, that's what I was thinking in my mind too. Like, I want to get married on a beach, but like, I want to get married on a foreign beach. Like,
Hawaii.
I'm thinking more like the DR, like where John Carlos from.
Ooh, are you engaged right now?
No.
Oh, okay. What's that? You gonna tell me on this?
No, not yet. He wants to, and I think it's any when the stars align and we're all in perfect alignment.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would love to go back to the DR and get married out there. They have some really really nice beaches, and I would even consider living out there. To be quite honest,
Oh wow.
like bye California, because y'all expensive.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, but it's so pretty here.
It is, but I mean
That's the
that's
thing that like I feel like California gaslights us. We're like, oh, so pretty, the beaches. Oh, go this way for the mountains and the snow. What about
hmm
the gas prices? Oh yeah, you're gonna have to drop 5 for
Yeah, it's pretty to look at from your
that.
house inside, and that's about it. But yeah, no, I don't know. I'm still debating too, like because I've always felt like I wanted to have a destination wedding, but with that in line as well, like I've always felt like I wanted to like retire or like live on a beach, whether it be Long Beach or like the tropical beach. We'll see, but I'm debating. I have questions and like these questions are so good and I'm really like I'm hoping anyone that's listening will check these questions out. But like the next question I want to ask you, I want to ask like a heavy one.
Oh boy, wait, tell me the number before you ask it.
I'm debating between 24, 20,
Uh-huh.
and 18. Out of those three, which one would you want to answer? And that's the question.
Mm, I guess 20.
Oh, I
I mean,
like that.
They all feel kind of hard. I don't know why the questions feel hard for me.
They are. These are like hard but thoughtful and like super intimate questions. Like some of them, I mean, I'm like, oh Lord, I don't know if to ask them, but some of them are super like, it's 20. 20 is, do you consider yourself successful?
And to that I say, I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't.
Why would you say you don't know?
I mean, I feel like I'm doing the things I'm supposed to, like married, I have an apartment. I don't own it, but I have an apartment, I have a job, a car. Just all the things they say you're supposed to have, like supposed to have. And a pet, like a furry son. Um, but I guess it's hard for me to define success. Like even like when you look at people, when I look at like celebrities and people who are like professional poets, like laureates and stuff, I don't feel jealous. I don't feel like, oh, I wish I had what they had. I'm just like, that's good. That's cool. That's an option. Um, so for me, I mean, I don't really know. I don't know if I'm successful. I'm not doing bad. Like to hear my therapist tell me like she's been seeing improvement and like growth and stuff, and I say thank you. But it's like it's like throwing dry pasta at the wall. Like not cooked, dry, like a stick at a wall. Like someone could be like, you're successful, you're great, you're talented. I'm like, all right. Like I don't know. It could be because like, and I don't know if this makes sense or not, or if there's a correlation, but I don't know if you remember, but in middle school and high school, my dad would compensate me for good grades.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wonder if now that's programmed me to just be expected, like expecting myself to do good things. But if I get acknowledgement for it, it's just like it's a Tuesday. Like I don't know how to take compliments, I guess.
That is a certain form of conditioning, I guess you can say, when you are
When
like
you're expected to be good.
mm-hmm.
So maybe I'm gonna become a criminal. That's what this sounds like. Then I don't know what success is.
Well, no, that I think that'll even go in line with the what's it called? The idea I brought up about the inner child work, because even you're saying that, like, what happened in your childhood is almost like conditioning you to believe a certain thing about yourself and whether or not you're being successful or not, which is, in my eyes, definitely not true. I think you're very successful. I think anyone that puts themselves out there on
On the internet for the
on the
haters.
internet in any capacity,
Yeah.
especially when you have people out there that are so quick to judge, I think it are some of the most bravest people in the world, and on top of that, the most successful. Whether or not you believe that is, going to be can be a challenge because, like I said, you're going to face haters every single day, and even
Yeah.
that inner saboteur. But
I do feel like people who perform in front of a crowd are a lot braver than those on the internet, because it's like on the internet you're not seeing who you're talking to. The numbers that rise underneath your like following or followers, it's just digits. Like you're not seeing that 1,000 or that 2,000 or that million in the room with you. Like you can try to imagine it, or even be like, oh, if I had $1 for every sub I had, I'd be pretty good. But it feels easy to unload, not even unload, but to create and put stuff on the internet. Because
bad.
imagine if like there was a future where it's like every time you post a video, you have to have like a web chat one-on-one with one of your subs. Like that would be nerve-wracking.
Mm-hmm.
But
That would
it
be
just kind of
different.
feels easy. Yeah, it'd be very different. Like you want to be smooth and like comfortable like this. Like if you don't know who's gonna be at the other end.
Right.
Because I think people do hate follow, right?
Mm-hmm. That's a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That's definitely a thing. And that's what I guess was worried about the most when I started coming out. I was like, oh my God, isn't that good? But once you get to a point of like, I don't care, I'm doing this for me. And that's where I'm at. Like, whether people listen to the podcast or not, I'm hopeful they will. But
Yeah.
I'm just doing me. And I know at the end of the day, like what I'm doing is trying to leave a legacy for anyone that comes after me. You know?
Mhm. Are you gonna share this video link with me? Like, is it gonna be like this, or is it gonna be edited?
It's gonna be edited.
Okay.
Like it'll
Like,
be like I'm gonna take out like the portion where you got up and stuff like that, and I'll take out like some of the portion, whatever. But it's gonna have like a like I said, I'm gonna do an intro
Mhm.
that'll be thrown in. It'll have like a commercial that I'll throw in, commercial before or after. You'll see with
shoot,
the first one.
shoot, let me make a commercial for you to throw in your podcast. Be like,
Please. Oh, that's what I was gonna also do. If you
oh,
do, like just plugging this in, if you do have anything you like, if you want to put together like a little audio,
mhm,
and I can even show you an example of what I did with the kids for my commercial for my website,
mhm.
and JC did a commercial for the water company. Whatever you want to do, yes, please. I will throw
Okay,
your commercial in, and it will be an advertisement and a part of every show.
nice.
But you just got to get me if you
The
wanted to
actual
do it part of
file.
the first episode, you got to get
Yeah.
me your audio before the first, because that's when the first episode comes out,
Okay.
and I can throw it in.
It's my turn, huh?
Yeah, your turn. Sorry, that was off topic.
Ooh, what's your hidden talent?
I would say my hidden talent is that I am very tech savvy, and I can almost figure out any and all applications, which is something that's super freaky because that like means I'm super connected to the digital world. But I'm super grateful for it because it's helped me out with jobs. It's helped me out with the podcast. It's helped me out with my website. It's helped me out with anything that I posted on social media. Like, I just feel that much more equipped because of whatever gift I got up here when it comes to this technological stuff.
You know what's funny?
Wow.
Your answer is that you're very tech savvy. Here's the thing. A certain nephew, this is what I forgot to tell you earlier, and I remember a certain nephew of mine said, hey, I want to get into YouTube. I would ask Uncle to help me, but he's not very tech savvy.
Ah!
I didn't disagree or anything because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that doesn't sound true.
That little, you know what's funny is that you could tell a kid one thing and he will completely, that kid will so that what happened was he was saying he wanted to start YouTube. I was
Yeah.
telling him he should research, is
Mhm.
what I was saying. You should research what you need to do, blah blah blah. Oh, I don't want to, blah, blah, blah. He didn't want to research. So
Mhm.
then I said, okay, well, if you don't want to research, you know who does have a YouTube channel?
Mhm.
Your Aunt Jessica. Maybe you should reach out to her and ask her. She would give you some tips. He goes, oh, okay. So I guess he said whatever he said when he reached out to you.
He texted me so much. It was like sentence, send, sentence, send. What is with you Apple texters? Like y'all be sentences at a time.
He doesn't
But
even have
no,
an iPhone. That's
like
the
he
crazy part.
didn't even know where to start. Cause I was like, hey, okay, like which part do you need help with? He's like, all of it. I'm just like, what? And then he's like, how do I screen grab and record myself? I'm like, I think there's like a device capture thing you need to have, and then your camera. And he's like, no, but like on the phone. That part I was like, I don't.
Because he's playing Roblox and he
On
wants
his
to
phone.
play Roblox on his phone, but be streaming like he's a YouTuber. Like,
So that part I'm like, I don't. You're thinking very advanced. I don't know how to do that.
I,
So I'm like, I'm not even a game channel. So, and I just did what you did, but I sent them videos. So I'm like, here's some things on how to start the channel, like as in physically make the account because he didn't know how to do that either. And then here's some things about like how to start in general.
you can lead a horse
I've
to water. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him since. I think I made him mad.
And I haven't heard about the YouTube channel since. So,
You know, he
but
wants you to do it for him. I think.
uh-huh. And we're trying to break that because that's not how I want them to feel. Because I mean, I could just figure it out for him, but I think he can
Yeah,
research.
then he's gonna rely on you.
Yeah,
Ask me another question.
he's got a lot to learn. Okay, let's ask one more because I don't want to keep you too long. But let's ask a lighthearted one.
Oh, thank God.
How do you feel about getting older?
Fine. I think it's a blessing. Like, not everybody gets to reach 29, which I will be this year. But when it comes to the physical part of getting old, why does it hurt to just get out of bed? That part, I'm like, I didn't even do anything. I didn't go to the gym yesterday, and my hip was like, "You hurt. You hurt. Why?" I'm like, "Why?" Like, I don't know. You just hurt. Like, okay, cool.
Life
That's
is
the only
good
thing.
to us.
A lot of videos, like online and on Pinterest, mostly was like, "You're not getting old. You need to stretch." No, no, I am.
No, I feel like, yeah. I mean, we're all getting old, but that's the. Do you believe in reincarnation? Like coming back?
Kind of, but also I hope I don't. 'Cause I don't want to do this again.
Yeah.
Like, that's good for y'all, but no. I'm
I,
gonna go chill with Tupac. No, thank y'all.
I have a firm belief that we sign up for this. We just don't remember. And so a part of me is feeling, or a part of me asks myself constantly,
Mhm.
what did you sign up for and why? Why did you come back here?
Is
Like,
it so? I don't think I've been reincarnated, but I do feel like the spirit that chose to be in this vessel, like, got a preview of what this life will be, and of course they're gonna forget once they're in me. But pause. Once once they're in the vessel, um, but like it's kind of like Sims in a way. It's like they know what purpose I would get out of this life, and so they're like, I want that one, and then they choose the vessel, but then now you don't remember. So I don't know. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like we chose this vessel for a reason. We know what's ahead, but we don't know that we know.
well, that's why I would say for anyone that is struggling with starting something, with believing in doing something, with um, even thinking it's possible, take one step and continue to take a step towards that goal every single day until you reach it. And I guarantee you'll look back and be like, wow, I did that.
I did that.
Mhm. Well, okay. I feel like this was good enough. I feel like people get an idea of what the article is about. If you guys would like to take the test with your siblings or with anyone, really, I think these questions could go really well for, I don't know, for like an outing, for like a friend's event. You could take this on a date and you could ask your date these questions and get to know your date a little more. But yeah, I'll link the article in the description of the episode. But I did want to ask before we get out of here, Jessica, where can everyone find you? What are your handles? What is your website? What is your YouTube channel? Give us all the deets right now.
You can find me at Curious Joyce on YouTube, JMC Collective on Etsy, and Curious Joyce _ on Instagram.
Whoop, whoop. Thank you so much, sister. I appreciate you for being here on one of the premiere episodes of the Devontae podcast with me. I'm hoping you'll come back and we can do this again. Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for coming. And I hope you guys all enjoy your day, night, or whatever time it is for you. Bye-bye.
Today's episode comes to you thanks to our sponsor, Kangen Water. Electrolyte-reduced water is the power of true hydration, manifested in the most advanced Japanese technology that has been in the market for more than 50 years. To drink the best water, shower with a hot spring quality water, and start a new business with the most amazing and profitable compensation plan in the world? Visit thelivingwatercouple.com to learn more or get started today.